So today we're going to be looking at finding the median. Now we talked about mean yesterday, and the median and mean are similar in that the median is a type of average. So when we're finding the median, we are kind of finding a type of average. It's different though in the sense of we're not adding up all these numbers and dividing. When we're finding the median, we're actually looking for the midpoint of a data set. And if you're saying, well, what does midpoint mean? We're really just looking for this middle point. So midpoint really just means this middle point, this middle number of this data set. And we'll see examples below of how we find the median. So in that first example, it's going to read, using the data below, calculate the median. Round your answer to the nearest tenth as necessary. So once again, it's asking us to find the median. So it's important to note because those are different steps than finding the mean. When we're finding the median, we're finding kind of this middle point, this middle number of this data set. So we have this data set below, 2, 6, 8, 3, and 4. We want to kind of find this middle number of this data set. Now, before we find this middle number, we have to do something very important. We have to make sure our data set is listed in order from least to greatest. Notice right now it's not listed in order from least to greatest. It goes 2, 6, 8, 3, 4. It kind of goes up and down. So our first step is going to be to take that data set and list these numbers in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to start with 2. That's our lowest number. And if it helps, if you wanted to just do a mark just to note that you used that number. 2, 3, we use 3, we use 4, we use 6, and we use 8. So we list these numbers in order from least to greatest, and if you want to mark it just to note that you use that number, so you don't use it twice, then feel free to do so. So now our data set is listed in order from least to greatest. So we have 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. Now we're able to find the median. Now when we find the median, we're looking for the middle number. Well, notice here we have 5 values. We have 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. There's 5 numbers there. Now when we're given an odd number of values, in this case it's 5, all we have to do is choose the middle number of our data set. 4 is right in the middle of our data set. That tells us the median here is 4. And if you're saying, well, why 4? Well, notice we have 2 numbers on the left and 2 numbers on the right. 4 is smack in the middle of our data set. That would be the median of this data set. So in the question below, it's going to be very similar. It's going to ask us, using the data below, calculate the median. Round your answer to the nearest tenth as necessary. So a very similar problem. We have a different set of numbers, 2, 6, 7, and 5. Once again, we're asked to find the median, that middle number. Now, once again, before you start worrying about finding that median, make sure that data set is listed in order from least to greatest. In this case, it is not listed in order from least to greatest. So let's do 2, 5, 6, and 7. And once again, as you use those numbers, if you wanted to mark that you're using them, so don't use them twice, feel free to do so. Our numbers are listed in order from least to greatest. Now we're going to find the median. Now notice this problem's a little bit different than that previous problem. You might look and say, well, there is no one number that's right in the middle of this data set. I have an even number of values. I actually have 4 numbers here. When you're given an even number of values, what you have to do is you have to take the 2 middle numbers. In this case, we have 5 and we have 6. Those 2 numbers represent the middle of this data set. You have to take the 2 middle numbers, 5 and 6. What we do next is we take these 2 middle numbers, 5 and 6, and we add them together. So we do 5 plus 6, we add them together, and then we divide by 2. So it's actually very similar to finding the mean. We add them and divide by 2. 5 plus 6 is 11 divided by 2. 11 divided by 2 would be 5.5. So actually the median here is 5.5. And this again is different than that first example because once again, here we're dealing with an even number of values. We have 4 values here. In a problem like the first one, we had 5 values. So with even number of values, we have to make sure we add those 2 middle numbers and divide by 2. With an odd number of values, we're just choosing that middle number. There's one less step involved. Okay, so in this case, we end up with a median of 5.5. Makes sense too, because notice the number in between 5 and 6 is 5.5. So if you made that connection, that's a good connection as well. So in this last question, we're asked to find something a little bit different. We're asked to find what measure of central tendency, mean or median, would best represent the data set below. So in this case, it's giving us a word, a term, measure of central tendency at the start of this question. Now, if you're saying what is a measure of central tendency, it's really kind of a fancy word for average. So we're essentially saying what average would best represent the data set below. And there's 2 types of measures of central tendency, and really 3, and we'll go over the third one tomorrow. But right now we have 2 types, and we have mean and median. Those are both called measures of central tendencies. They're both types of averages. The median is a middle number. The mean, you do those steps, you add, you divide, and you get this average. So both of these are ways of finding different types of averages. So we're asked, what would best represent the data set below? Well, in certain cases, it would make sense to use the mean, and in certain cases, it would make sense to use the median. Now look at an example below, or the data set below, and we'll choose one measure of central tendency that would best fit this problem, and we'll talk about why. So in order to do this, we'll find the mean and the median for this data set. So in this case, I'm going to find the mean on the left side, and I'm going to find the median on the right side. And once again, different steps, and then once we get those numbers, we'll talk about kind of maybe what one would best represent the data set. So to find the mean, we're going to remember add up all our numbers, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, and 30. So if you add those all up, if you wanted to take a second on your calculator, do 1 plus 2, that would give us 3, plus 2 would give us 5, plus 4 would give us 9, plus 3 would give us 12, and then plus 30 would give us 42. So we have a sum of 42. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So we do 42 divided by the number of values, and we actually end up with 7. That would be our mean of this data set. Now the median oftentimes will be different. Remember, to find the median, we list our numbers in order from least to greatest. So we have 1, 2, 2. Yes, we want to list 2 twice. 3, 4, and 30. Okay, and once again, if it is repeated, we want to list it twice. Remember, to find the median, we choose the middle number. Well, let's look and say how many data values, how many numbers are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's an even number of data values. So I'm going to have to choose the 2 middle numbers. Now in this case, the 2 middle numbers would be represented by 2 and 3. Those would be the 2 numbers in the middle of this data set. 2 plus 3 is 5. So remember, we're kind of doing a similar problem to the one above, number 2. Divided by 2 would give me 2.5. So we actually end up with 2 kind of different, we'll call them averages. We end up with a median of 2.5 and a mean of 7. Now there would be probably a best measure of central tendency, a best option to choose here. And ask yourselves, would 7 be kind of the best average? If you're looking at this data set above, would you choose 7? Or do you think 2.5 would be a better number to represent this data set? Now if you're thinking 7, well, let's look at our data values. We have 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, and we have 30. Notice most of these numbers, in this case, 5 out of the 6 numbers, are 4 or below. There's only one number that's very large, and that's 30. This 30 is kind of throwing off our data set. So this 30 is kind of making our average, our mean, larger than it probably should be. Most of the numbers are really small, they're 4 or below, and that 30 is causing our mean to go up, to be much higher than it probably should be. This 30, we call it an outlier. In other words, it kind of doesn't really make sense. Most of these numbers are pretty close together, and that 30 is really large, so we call it an outlier. Now, because the 30 is large, once again, it's throwing off our mean. It's making this number much higher than it probably should. We're assuming that most numbers would be between maybe 1, 2, 4, and 3. Okay, those are the numbers we'd be expecting because those are the numbers that are most represented in this data set. So because we're dealing with a very large mean, because this 30 made our mean very large, we probably wouldn't want to use our mean to represent this data set. We'd want to use our median. Notice our median is 2.5. 2.5 represents this data set very well. Once again, most of the numbers are 4 or below. Only one number is very large. It doesn't really make sense because most of the numbers are very close together. So in a case like this, what would best represent the data set below? We would probably want to choose our median. That seems like a better representation of this data set. 2.5 is more reasonable than a 7. Okay, once again, a 7 is a little high for this data set.